This is for Earth!
For the Empire!
The Federation took a real quick turn, so I don't know if they did anything at all.
For the Empire!
Romulans and Klingons we still haven't seen yet. Brain are still making some unseen moves. Dominion right there is just moving their ships around, probably to get more forces ready. And with that money and the fact that there's nobody defending him, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and see if Turrel can take over the Sol system. It would be nice to have him take over the Inofra system and just give us a little bit of a barrier, but I think we'll be okay in the long run, especially if we can take and hold Sol. Alright, so we're dealing with a bunch of turrets and obviously a huge starbase, so this might be a little difficult. I don't know if Turrel can win this, especially with so few ships. It's a gamble, but let's see if it pays off. Now, this one I may not show as much of, purely just because it's going to be a much longer fight as I take not the coward's way out, but I am going to be taking a much more defensive approach to all of this. I'll basically be skirting around the edges, harassing the turrets and the buildings until they're fully destroyed. Which basically consists of a lot of this, is just slowly driving by, making some big sweeping turns when we need them, and basically staying out of the path of everything that could hurt us.
Shield strength is at 63%.
Ooh, and there's the big one with a lot of firepower, a lot of health, and the most powerful shields. And being surrounded by turrets means we've really got to be careful on how we're going to attack this thing. The turrets, really, their only defense is their weapons, and the fact that they will rotate, so their shields will not always be in the same place, especially if they start following you like this one does. Ooh, but we just barely managed to take out that one. So we're safe on this side from the harassment of the turrets. Let's see if we can take out this starbase without losing any ships, or really any more of our shields. It's gonna be difficult. I think we can do it. We're already well on our way. Still just firing at us, but I think we've got it. I think one good volley is going to take him out. And there it is. This system is officially ours. We just got to mop up with the turrets, which should be no issue whatsoever. Come on. Yep. There we go. I'm sure Dukat would have loved to take over this system himself, but Turrel's gamble has paid off in dividends.
Have defeated the Federation.
The Federation was defeated, wow. Oh. Wow, the Federation must just have gotten rocked by everything else. Look, this system wasn't even taken over. They must have committed their entire fleet to coming out our way. This is still a neutral planet. Look at all these neutral planets around here. The Federation didn't even get a chance to survive out here. Wow, that's impressive. Impressive in its, failure, of course. So we're gonna go ahead and build a big honkin' starbase out here. And because now we're gonna need to defend this territory a little bit more, another dreadnought will be real handy. And of course, because we built a starbase, we can see a little bit further. We can see the Klingons are out at 40 Eridani, which is the Vulcan system. But we can see the Romulans haven't really expanded either. I wonder what the Klingons are doing. I wonder if the Klingons have even already expanded just a little bit further down this way from where I'm pointing. Or if the Romulans, Federation, and Klingon were all just fighting over these systems. Interesting. The galaxy's shaping up to be an interesting place. I bet the Breen and the Romulans have already gotten into it, given how little we've seen the Breen do since they expanded out this way. But we'll have to see what happens on the next turn.
Destroy them all!
Klingons gonna make a move? They are. They're coming up towards us. And they were able to get the system, and they're moving more fleets out too.
For the Confederacy.
Breen are moving out. Oh.
For the Founders.
This is not necessarily great for us. Yeah, this isn't necessarily great, I'll be honest. The Dominion are still up there, but Dukat is pretty much a worthless fleet over here. He's going to have to hold the line until I can get him strong enough that he can just sweep through the Dominion systems. In the meantime, Turrel is stuck in the middle here, seriously. If the Breen are now suddenly expanding out our way and the Klingons are also expanding, we've got a lot to worry about. So we're going to go ahead and make Turrel's fleet one of the strongest we have. Let's just give him as many dreadnoughts as we can willingly give him at this time. And I think it'd be a good idea as well if we went ahead and create our third fleet with Damar.
I'm taking command.
There's not a whole lot he can do right now. We're just slowly going to move him out here to take over the Inefra system, which he'll be able to get to in a couple turns, barring the fact that the Klingons don't do anything absolutely crazy.
What can I do?
We could take and harass them a little bit, but it's not something I really think is worth it. We could go and harass the Breen. Once again, don't think it's really something that's worth our time. This is the one bad thing about expansion. You get this with all strategy games, but especially here. You run into the issue of if you don't have enough fleets, and you can only have 3 per faction, but if you have spread your fleets too far thinly, other people can very easily come in and gobble up what assets you've left undefended. So I think what we're going to want to focus on is keeping Turrel strong, but also once we can get Dukat in and have him wipe out the Dominion, I think we're going to have a lot better chance, because then we'll have 2 fleets that can just move out slowly across the board. Dukat can take up the fight against the Breen, Turrel, if he's still alive, can take up the fight against the Klingons, and we'll have Damar somewhere back here in one of these chokehold systems in order to protect if anybody gets behind us. But that's going to do it now. We're going to go ahead and end our turn and see what the rest of the galaxy is going to do.
For the Empire!
Klingons going to try and attack us? Nope, they're just moving back out their own way, fortifying their own systems.
For the Empire!
Gonna see the Romulans come out?
Confederacy.
Nope.
Virus released.
Oh!
Reports confirm. Fleet commander has been infected.
For the Founders.
And that is one of the super weapons that
Infrastructure
the other people can use against you. So what the virus emitter does is it basically can weaken the fleet. It makes you a lot more vulnerable to attacks, but it also weakens whatever promotions you may have had. And after a while, it may turn you back down, which gives you less experience, less power as that admiral, especially for a movement admiral. It's very effective. But I think we'll be okay where we are for right now. So we're going to go ahead and build another dreadnought. Just have that saved up there. We're going to get Damar a little bit of extra firepower. I don't think he really needs a dreadnought right now. So we're just going to slowly move him out
Proceeding to destination.
and have him take over the Inefra system when he gets a chance. And Dukat is obviously going to get another dreadnought as well in order to slowly keep building and building him up in order to take on the Dominion. Because once we take off the Dominion, we'll be in a lot better place to go off against anybody else, because we're really just waiting for Dukat to be powerful enough to sweep up there, especially with his movement. He can just 1, 2, 3 and be done. Or 1, 2, and 3 have the homeworld and slowly make his way back down again. But we've got to wait a while for that yet. Let's see what we can do. Or, let's see what the AI is going to do.
Destroy them all!
Klingons are moving up towards Romulan territory. They've got all 3 fleets active.
For the Confederacy.
See if the Breen are going to come in and try and take us out.
For the Founders.
Nope, they're holding steady. The Dominion are still building up their own forces. Whew, it's getting risky. It's getting interesting. We still haven't built a single science station yet, because we really need that resource building more than anything else. Speaking of resource building, let's go ahead and give him... Nope. Let's go ahead and give Dukat another big ol' honker dreadnought. And I don't want to move Dukat without some sort of backup, unless... I mean, he could take out this fleet, sweep back up, take up that fleet. 1, 2, 3. We could, but it's still a risk that I'm not sure I want to take right now. Yep, I think really a lot of this hedges on what we can have Damar do, especially here. We can build a real good choke point system that we can retreat from as easily as possible. So Damar, we're going to go here, and if necessary, if I don't see any other opportunity for victory, we're going to move Damar back up here so he can hold Deep Space Nine while Dukat goes off on his mission of bringing down the Dominion, essentially.
What can I do? It shall be done.
Alright, so Damar's gonna have a pretty easy job here. I'd be surprised if Damar lost. Be surprised and very disappointed.
Divert all power to weapons.
Shield strength is at 63%. Power conduits on deck 6 and 12 have blown. Enemy scout destroyed.
And quick and easy. Nothing to it.
Did you expect anything?
Alright, so the Klingons haven't expanded down here. Or maybe they have. There's still one planet we can't see yet. But that's no biggie. Right now we're going to use this as our science outpost. As much as I would love to keep bringing in money, those super weapons are important things to have. And I think I'm just going to... I could build a station to help Damar keep building up his forces, but I really don't think it's as important right now as just saving some of our money so that in our next turn we can really go all out.
For the Empire!
Klingons gonna do anything? Klingons are still moving. Upgrading their stuff. Don't see the Romulans, but it does look like the Romulans and Klingons are engaged in quite a war right now. The Breen gonna do anything?
For the Confederacy.
They gonna move after either one of us? Nope.
For the Founders.
Alright, we've got a good bit of kit built up in our reserves. And now that the Breen have moved away, I think it's definitely time that we take the fight towards the Dominion.
Dreadnought constructed.
I think there's absolutely no reason why we couldn't take the fight to the Dominion and give it to them real good and personal. I'm going to give a little bit more defense to Deep Space Nine in the event that whoever is here decides to double back. Because I really can't leave Damar too far out. I could put Damar here and have him swapped with Turrel, but that's just going to leave that fleet so wide open. I'm not sure if it'd be a good choice. Because out of this 97 million, I could build 2 dreadnoughts. And I just really don't think that would be enough to hold this system. So I think next turn, though, that's something I can do is move Turrel slowly back off this way and have Damar take over holding the Sol system. But in the meantime, it is time for Dukat's campaign against the Dominion to begin. Let's see if it's something he can actually accomplish.
Yes, as you wish.
Alright, they're pretty well built up here. But of course, they've been in this corner, so they haven't had as much experience. They're basically just gathering science, gathering resources in the meantime. So they've got some pretty good ships, a lot of capital ships, but I think we'll be able to take them on. It might be a bloody battle, but it's one that I'm fairly confident Dukat can win at.
Divert all power to
But I'm going to go ahead and take the shields up first, because, yeah, I knew exactly how close they were going to be. And now we're just, we're exactly where we don't want to be. We just swung way too close to all those turrets and defenses. We just swung right into the middle of some of their strongest stuff right there. That was pretty dangerous. And these dreadnoughts are, of course, going to be focused on attacking us more than anything else, especially because they have the attack admiral on them. So let's see what we can do. We're going to take a lot of hits. This is not going to be an easy thing to win. That I'm definitely sure of. Oop, maybe. Dang it, his friend swooped in to save him at the last second. There was one guy who had an opening on his shields. Come on, come on. He's leading me, I can see it. He was starting to lead me back down, trying to corner me with all his turrets, but I'm not going to let that happen.
Main drive units damaged. Maneuvering thrusters insufficient to clear the combat zone.
Let's see if we can hold him off. Where are you? Yep, there you are. Got one of them down. Got one of them down for sure.
Divert all power to weapons.
Alright, let's be a little bit more offensive real quick here. Destroyed something else, couldn't see what it was. But I think we've got this fight in hand. There goes another one. Come on. Let's get these last 2 guys out. There he goes. Both of them. Look at that fleet. Just, it looked so imposing, and now it's demolished. Let's take care of a stronger guy, someone with a little more shields. You will now be my capital ship, and we'll just go ahead and mop up the rest of this system.
Enemy skirmishers destroyed.
And now that Dukat's conquered that territory, that puts him on a pretty good position to take out the Dominion homeworld and its final fleet, because you can only build fleets from the homeworld. So long as we're able to win this fight, the Dominion are going to have nothing on us. If we lose this fight, however, the Dominion and the Brain are going to have a very clear path to taking back over our territory, which would also leave the Klingons open as well, especially because we'd have to fall back so far. But I think Dukat can take care of this
Yes,
all on his own.
they will be defeated.
Gul Dukat is entering Dominion territory for what will be the final time.
Divert all power to weapons.
Now, where are they going to be coming at? I can see some of them moving. I don't know where that's going to be.
Shield strength is at 63%.
Somebody took some damage.
Conduits on deck 6
Yep, alright.
have blown.
So these are all basically capital ships from what I can tell. Their strongest ships going up against some of our strongest ships, which makes sense for them holding, you know, their own homeworld territory. It's just a shame, Mr. Dominion man. You could have done so much more for yourself if you expanded as aggressively as the Union did. Which maybe I shouldn't be saying that, considering that's, you know, kind of canon why the Cardassians never succeeded, is because they just kept expanding so fast and so far without the resources to back it up. And I've done pretty much the exact same thing here. Come on. Come on, take him out. He's almost done for. The last Dominion ship to ever fly the stars shall die here. Come on, I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to be up close and personal for this destruction. We're just stalking him. And it's gone! The last Dominion ship to ever see the stars has been destroyed. Now we just wipe up their base and their little turrets, and we'll be done here. That'll be the end of the Dominion. All your progress, founders, it amounts to nothing in the face of the Union. God, that's a beautiful sight, seeing Cardassian ships just fly across the horizon.
I always was lucky.
Promotion gained.
A well-earned promotion for Dukat.
We have conquered the Dominion.
A well-earned victory, a well-earned everything. We have spread ourselves pretty thin, but Dukat has put himself in a brilliant position. I don't know if we have to worry about that, but let's go ahead and just take it just to say we won against the Dominion, and they no longer inhabit any known space.
What can I do? As you wish. Dominion.
We are victorious.
No need to even see what goes on in there. We're going to go ahead and make the Dominion sector more of our science sector.
Research facility
Going to use it to
constructed.
build up most of our research and stuff. But of course, their homeworld, we're going to mine that for all it's worth.
Mining.
Well, now all we have to do is wait and see how the galaxy responds to the Cardassian Union wiping out yet another faction from the board. But that's going to have to wait till next time. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to leave a like. If you enjoy listening to the sound of my voice, or you want to see the other stuff I'm doing on the channel, or see what I might do with Star Trek Infinite in a couple weeks, please be sure to drop a sub. I'd really appreciate it. That's going to do it today, guys. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.